Let's talk about Australia Day. What's not to love about this wonderful country? Where else would you rather be living or have citizenship? For all our faults, and every country has them, we at least tackle ours. And to live here, of course, is to win the lottery of life. And I've got to say, I just get so bored with all this nonsense every year from people objecting to Australia Day. For instance, there's this in Victoria.
The last Australia Day parade in Melbourne was back in 2020.
Australia Day!
Celebrations were cancelled the following 2 years because of COVID. This year, the state government has pulled the pin again. We recognise Australia Day represents a day of mourning and reflection for some Victorians and is a challenging time for First Peoples. Decisions regarding future events to mark Australia Day will be made in due course.
I think it's an important step forward of bringing Victoria together. We need to look at a date that we can all celebrate.
Oh, how pathetic and predictable, hey? And I'll come back to that because I don't think any date will silence these critics. Kmart, as you know, has stopped selling any special Australia Day merchandise. Apparently, January the 26th means different things to different people, says Kmart. Sure it does. So let people buy what they want. Stock the products, the Australian flags, the T-shirts or whatever, and let Australians make a choice. I mean, I've seen some pretty rubbish products at Kmart, so they don't mind giving people those choices. Then there's Channel 10 and a bunch of other companies saying that workers don't have to take the public holiday. They can work on Australia Day and then have another day off. Really? Can we have the same for Christmas, for Easter, the Queen's birthday, Labor Day? What rot. And of course, with Australia Day on a Thursday this year, I bet there'll be plenty who take the Friday off, probably both. And we've even had cruise ships that will be taking people onto Sydney Harbour for Australia Day, saying that they'd ban flags and the national anthem. They've overturned that decision now, but this just highlights the idiocy, the pathetic virtue signalling here. It's become woke to oppose the idea of Australia Day. It shows that you care. It shows that you have empathy. It shows, in my view, that our country is intent on dumbing itself down. That a country like ours has been so lucky that we don't even understand our own strengths, our own history, or even our own luck. Take the Indigenous cricketer Ashley Gardner. Good enough to play for Australia. She's declared that she doesn't like playing cricket on Australia Day. Fortunate enough to play cricket for a living, she says, but talks about our National Day as the day massacres and dispossession began. Now, this is where this debate is just so illogical and one-sided. Yes, January the 26th is a significant day for this country because it's the day our fates all became entwined. Indigenous people, British colonisers, convicts and immigrants from elsewhere. And that's what made Australia. So if you believe that's a problem, you believe Australia is a problem. Whatever day we celebrate this nation, that's the reality of what we're celebrating. And while there was dispossession and massacres and mistreatment that we work hard to overcome to this very day, there were just a few good things that came from the establishment of this country, good things that benefit Indigenous Australians and others alike. As a nation, we've developed a lifestyle the envy of the world, whether it's health, education, law and order, democracy, prosperity, security, arts, entertainment or sport. You pick it, we've all benefited from it. And I don't think there's a better way to celebrate Australia Day than through cricket, a game, by the way, that comes from the colonising power, but a game all Australians love, whether they're playing at the beach, in the backyard, at a professional level, or we're just watching it on TV. We need to celebrate this nation. If we're going to protect what we've got, we need to know how good it is. And these people are not really complaining about any event on any particular day. They are protesting against the very concept of Australia. And that's something for which we should never apologise.